Hello, everyone. This is StrawberryShorty back with Otogirisou. Can we be happy together with Nami? I told Nami, the most important thing we need to find is a bed. And then I said, hey, we'll make that place into a battlefield of love. B, could you sing me a lullaby, Nami? C, Nami, didn't your clothes get wet from being out in the rain there? Battlefield of love. I had made my declaration. I'm not going back home until I meet up with whoever owns this place. Agreed. Oh, I'm not going back home until I meet up with whoever owns this place. Agreed, Nami said, and she stepped closer to me. It was strange. Going through these terrifying experiences was bringing us closer together. Hey, look. It seems like something's moving in the darkness. Where? Over here. We came closer to the shadows. Ah! We hugged each other, surprised. Suddenly there was a flash of light in the darkness, and I could hear the sound of an instant camera. Somebody had just taken our picture. Who's there? A cat? Nami was shocked. Yeah, right. A cat could never take a picture. As my eyes grew used to the darkness, I could tell that a picture had come out of an instant camera. I picked it up. Did the picture turn out okay? Nami peeked over at it. Oh no. Nami threw the picture down. It was a picture of Nami and I with our arms wrapped around each other. We were naked. I said, quite the commemorative photo. I stuck it in my pocket. B, I sounded like some member of a royal court as I said, reveal yourself, you knave. C, I said, woo, I sure wore myself out there. I could really go for a nice cold beer about now. Commemorative photo. I said, quite the commemorative photo. I stuck it in my pocket. We checked out the first floor, but there was nothing out of the ordinary. We headed back to the second floor. Hey, come here. Nami called me over and I entered the room she was in. Hey, this is a new room. Sort of. New color. Is this a room for newlyweds? The room was quite seductive, with a huge bed waiting to make any couple happy. The flowers are beautiful. They had a vase full of lantana camara flowers and stylish pajamas for men and women. There was also a card that had been set out. Welcome. Make yourselves at home. I felt a fire burning in my chest. Ah! A fire! The pajamas had caught on fire, for real. Nami ripped the flowers out of the vase and used the water in it to put out the fire. The whole time, I was doing nothing, just standing there. The fire was out, but the pajamas in the bed were wet and there was no way we could use them. Is this their way of telling us we have to sleep naked? On a wet bed? Nami stormed out of the room in a huff. We have to meet up with whoever owns this place. Let's do that after we get some rest, Nami. No. We headed down the stairs. I wanted to hug Nami from behind and hold her back, but I slipped and ended up taking a spill. And then, A, I got knocked out and ended up having a dream about some humana wow time with Nami. B, for a while I saw fireworks going off before my eyes. C, as I fell, I thought about what was in store for Japan in the future. Oh, we're gonna dream. Shorty, Nami called out to me from the shadows of the entrance hall. What? When I headed over, I saw that there was a phone where the suit of armor used to be. A phone? There was a phone here, yeah? Let's make a call. Who should we call, though? You should call your parents, Nami. Tell them we can't make it back tonight and we have to stay here. No way. They'll pester me about it for sure. I'm their only child, after all. Could we dial 110 and get them to send some help our way, then? How do we tell them where we are? Who should we call, then? A priest to perform an exorcism on this place? Good idea, but before we do that, why not call a chef to prepare us some French food and a bottle of wine? This woman was raised well, in a totally different class from me. I'd like to call the front desk and get our room key. Don't bother. Nami showed me the cut phone cord and laughed. We can find out the way to our bedroom on our own, right? I panicked for a second. I was thinking the same thing myself. I looked at Nami, and she looked back at me. I saw myself reflected in her eyes, and she saw herself in mine. Nami. Shorty. It felt like alarm bells were going off in my chest. Nami closed her eyes. Is the phone gonna get in our way now? Her lips were right before my eyes. Oh, finally it was my time. Nami. Yep, called it. Without thinking, I pushed her away. Amidst the ringing, I thought to myself, hey, you bastard, oh man, I was this close. B, it makes sense. It was supposed to start ringing at about this time. C, I don't have a choice here. I'm going to answer it, right? I'm going to pick A. I was so frustrated that I shouted, I'm not picking that up. Hello? Ah! Nami had bravely picked up the phone, but then she just yelled and threw the phone. I didn't know what was going on, so I picked up the phone myself. Hello? A woman's voice cooed to me sweetly. Hello? Oh, baby. That'd be a prank call. Hello? Come on, baby. Come. I wanted to hear more of this, but Nami was looking right at me, so I hung up the phone. Well? It was some guy talking dirty to you, huh? Some guy? Oh. Well, it was some guy talking dirty to you, huh? Some guy? I felt like a fool. You're telling me that it was a dude? And you're saying it was a lady? Neither of us could move. Oh. I flew right up. That was the second floor. That's what I said. A, we're going to find out for sure this time, together. B, I'll go take a look. Wait right here. C, I love you, Nami. Now go and check for me. I guess we'll say together. I knew which room the sound had come from. I tried turning the lights on, but nothing looked out of the ordinary. Oh no, Nami said, looking at my shirt. Lipstick! When I looked at the mirror, I could see some lipstick on my collar. Where did that come from? It wasn't here earlier. Where did that come from? It wasn't there earlier. And there, you've got a hickey. What? I took another look and I definitely saw a hickey. Hold on, Nami. Nami, right there. Huh? Have I got something on me? Surprised, Nami looked at her own face in the mirror. On the nape of her white neck, you could clearly see it, big and clear. 2 rows of teeth. Nami, don't move. I pulled something out of Nami's hair. It was a dried-up hypericum. How? When did that get there? Nami looked terrified. I was at a loss for words. You remembered it just now, didn't you? The meaning of hypericums? Yeah. It's revenge. Revenge? That's what I thought it was, yeah. But revenge. Flowers of revenge. A mansion of revenge. Why in the world? Who's after revenge here, and against who? You're thinking about that right now, aren't you? Yeah. That sound came out of nowhere. The mummy's wheelchair! Mummy's wheelchair, Nami screamed. We couldn't see it, but we heard the sound of it pass between the 2 of us and continue into the wall, where it vanished. It just passed through the wall. I've never experienced anything like it. After it passed through the wall, the sound stopped in the room next door. I shouted, A, we've got this, even if we're up against a wall of fire, huh? Wait, that sounds like foreshadowing. B, I'll break through the wall with Nami too. C, nya, full inspection of the 2nd floor. I can't tell if we've stumbled out of it or if we even can. Okay, we'll do the wall of fire. There was only one different door. The sealed door. Oh, it opened. Wrong door, dummy. It's this one. Shoot, let's try that again. There was only one different door. It was solemn, gloomy, and dark, and when I stood in front of it, a chill ran down my spine. Instead of being locked, the door had been spiked shut. Is anybody in there? Is anybody in there? Nami shouted cheerfully, as if there would be a reply. The spikes had been driven into the door from the outside, after all. It seems like this door hasn't been opened in decades. I'd be willing to be stuck in there for... It seems like this door hasn't been opened in decades. I'd be willing to be stuck in there for centuries, Nami, so long as I can be stuck in there with you. Naked? Naked? Of course naked. I thought you'd say that. Nami laughed. Wouldn't hurt to try. Or would it? I hiccuped. Are you serious, Nami? But I think you'll have to gain some stamina first. Now that she mentioned it, I've been feeling hungry for a while now. A stomach tells no lies. That was me. Nami was blushing. It was always this way in moments like these. A, our appetites always synced up. B, we'd always have eating competitions. C, we were thinking about a certain other instinct. I'll say a certain other instinct. We were thinking about a certain other instinct. Hey, where are you going? You know, right here. We hungrily scrounged through the kitchen. There was a huge stockpile of canned goods there. Beef, caviar, stewed vegetables, corn, mackerel, chicken, sweet beans, pickles. We had our fill, fresh from the can. Nami and I both ate like crazy. Nami's mouth was moving. She bit. She swallowed. Even her tongue got in on the action. She was licking her lips. It was all so erotic. All of our instincts have got to be tied together somehow. We finished eating and we looked at each other. I'm getting sleepy. Let's find a bed then. And at this point, I thought about something kind of sexy, Arabian Nights. B, I imagine the furthest thing from sexy I could think of, Abraham Lincoln. C, I mulled over something totally unrelated to my situation, abrasive arachnids. I think we'll go with Arabian Nights. Was Arabian Nights sexy? I've never read that. The heavens suddenly seemed angry. That one must have been close, huh? The lightning bolt had lit up Nami's face. You're so beautiful, Nami. Oh, stop. Nami. I hugged her close to me. Wait, isn't this the part where we hear a woman scream? I jumped up. Was that Nami's scream? Well then, who's this Nami here? The flash of lightning lit up Nami's face, which looked like the face of a demon. Ah, that wasn't in the script. What's wrong, Shorty? Nami's face looked as pretty as ever. Well, anyway, we're gonna go and check out that screen, right? Yeah. I picked up a bottle of Western liquor to use as a weapon and headed out to the hallway. I don't mind if you want to wait here. I thought if I turned around and saw the demon lady instead of Nami, this bottle might come in handy. Just be careful, okay, Shorty? The voice that I heard behind me was Nami's normal voice, pretty as ever. From the other end of the dining room, I had spotted a door on the right side of the hallway. This is it, huh? That's not it. It's this one. Nami pointed to a different door. No, it's this one. I was absolutely confident about my decision. A, why bother opening it? It's just a creaking door anyway, Nami. Deheheh. B, I should just leave this bottle of liquor behind. I'm sure I'd just spill it on myself. C, at least I know I won't spill any glow-in-the-dark paint on myself this time. Well, this one says Nami, so we have to pick it. It was dark inside. Someone's in there, Shorty. Huh? Turn the lights on. What? When we turned the lights on, we saw that it was a parrot. Odd-looking parrot. A parrot? That was kind of surprising, wasn't it? The parrot flew out the window. Oh, darn. Who opened the window anyway? I see. It was all that parrot. Huh? All the weird sounds we've been hearing. Those were all made by this bird, yeah? Well, that's a new theory. Hold on a second. Nami sniffed around and scowled. Hey, Shorty, something stinks here, don't you think? It does stink. We found a bucket filled with water on the top of the shelf. This is what stinks. Oh, hey, be careful with that. If we spill it, we'll have to go looking for a shower. I dropped the bucket and it splashed us from head to toe with stagnant, foul water. You were right. It smells horrible. This is disgusting. I want to wash this off right away. I thought about how to respond. A, oh yeah, shower time, shower, la 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 la. B, okay, let's go. I'll show you how to wash up properly. C, allow me to show you the way there. I'll pick the first one because it sounds creepy. The bathroom had already changed. Here's the sink. Go on ahead. There's a spacious bath and shower further in, isn't there? Nami stood up and went inside first. Well, coming up to the sink, I got a strong whiff of perfume. It smells nice. Hey, take a look at that. There was a negligee that had been prepared here. Wow, it's a beautiful negligee. I'm a dude, though. What do they think I am? Aw, are you jealous? I tried turning the faucet and the water came out and turned hot. Time to use it, Nami. I can see something reflected in the mirror. Huh? Did you already take off your clothes? I was shocked by what I saw. A steamy love scene was playing out there in the mirror. A man and a woman were really going at it. What was going on here? Behind me, Nami gasped. Shorty. The couple in the mirror had vanished. Nami was breathing heavily. I didn't see anything okay. Can you take a look and see if the shower works? Oh, sure. We avoided discussing what we just seen. I opened the door that led to the shower room. Wow, it's so spacious. I should have known a mansion would have a different sort of shower room. The tub was empty and huge. Not only was the bath big enough for two, it was big enough for two to swim in. I adjusted the shower a bit. Is the shower in the cards? It should be okay to use already. I had forgotten all about my fear. I was just excited and I said, Hey, okay, Nami, time to get those clothes off. B, there's something I want to show you, Nami. C, all right, it's time to go in. Time to go in. We'll use our Nami option. And I followed that up with, I'll be right outside. I know, I'm weak. Don't go. Nami grabbed me by the shoulder. Huh? Nami, you're going to take off your clothes now, right? Yeah, but I'm scared, Nami said as her eyes implored me. Stay here with me, please. But I'm afraid to of what might happen if I'm alone with you in here and you're naked. I was being too honest for my own good. Fine, wait outside then. Okay, I'll bring over the bag with our clothes. Oh man, how could I be so stupid? I got her back from the entrance hall and took it back to the bathroom. Nami, are you okay? Yes, sir. Nami responded from inside. I liked it whenever girls responded with a yes, sir. A. I felt like Nami and I were in a movie about newlyweds. B. I got a bath towel and a hairdryer ready for Nami. See, I had become very fastidious lately. Newlyweds. Keeping watch over Nami in front of the bathroom made me feel like a soldier of love. I was protecting my lovely bathing Madonna. Then a strange wind came blowing in with the sweet scent of a woman. Oh, that sound. That was a man. Shorty! I heard Nami screaming in there. Nami! I flew inside. The place was thick with white steam. The whole shower room was very hot. Did the water suddenly get hot and you couldn't stop it, Nami? I was just about to tell you that. Nami shouted from behind the steam. All right, I got it. I twisted the knobs, but the hot water wouldn't stop coming. Ow, hot, hot, hot. I turned the other knob, but the water was still just as hot. It's no good. Wait right here, Nami. What are you going to do? Something's wrong with the boiler. I'm going to go check it out. I headed for the boiler room. A. With that out of the way, Nami and I will be able to... I had started drooling. B. I'll get a compliment for sure once I fix that boiler. I started whistling. C. Even if I go there, there's no way I'd be able to fix it. I ran resentfully. Go with the drooling one. The boiler room was right downstairs. I went down the hidden staircase and immediately saw the boiler. The enormous round boiler was shaking and furiously pumping out steam. The pressure gauge was approaching dangerous levels. The temperature was over 100 degrees Celsius, which is 212 degrees Fahrenheit. The safety valve and steam valve appeared to be broken. At this rate, the boiler was going to explode. It wasn't like I'd ever experienced anything like this before, but I was certain of it and I started to panic. I frantically tried fiddling with the controls. I was pretty good at this, actually. The temperature was going down, at least, but I could see that the pressure hadn't changed. I discovered that the safety valve had been tampered with. Somebody broke it. A woman wouldn't be strong enough to break that valve. So a man did this? It would have taken a man to break the boiler and heat up the shower like that, but what would he do that for? Clearly he did it to separate me and Nami, so he could try to do something to Nami while we were apart. Nami! I started running. Oh, Nami. I thought of Nami, who I hadn't even really managed to see naked yet. Darn, I haven't even really seen the whole shebang. Nami had to be taking a shower now since I put the shower back to a reasonable temperature, yet there was a sinister shadow lurking nearby. Nami! I started ripping off my clothes as I ran to her. Nami! Great. She was okay. I could hear the sound of the hot water from the other side of the shower door. I'm coming in. Oh man, this was the moment I'd been waiting for. The time had come, and I was as naked as the day I was born. I go in as a suit of armor. Through the steam, I could see Nami's beautiful figure. Okay, I'm coming in, I shouted one more time. Fixing the boiler had me feeling reborn, like a new man. I saw Nami nod slowly. This is a dream come true. I was going to get to shower with Nami. I dreamt about this for what felt like my whole life, and now it was finally going to come true. I'm coming in, if I may. I tried to sound like a warrior at the end there. In a way, I was about to enter into a battle. Nami. I went over to her in a hurry. She had her back turned to me. I liked the way the story was going. Nami turned around, and before I knew what would hit me, she had her lips pressed against mine, our bodies pressed together in the hot water. Something felt off about this. Chalk it up to intuition. This wasn't Nami. Who are you? I tried to push her away, but she clung to me with a power thousands of times greater than my own. Darn, stop it. This was going to be a long war. Her face had changed to that of a demon. Get away from me. I managed to push her off and ran to the door. I tried to open the door, but I couldn't. Nami, open the door! Nami! I looked behind me to see that the hot water had taken the shape of some sort of giant monster that reached all the way up to the ceiling, and then it came back down. The shower room was quiet again. I couldn't see clearly because of the steam, but I didn't feel like anybody was around, so I started looking for that woman. Nobody was there. I remembered how the touch of that woman felt, and I shouted out to Nami. B, I remembered how the touch of that woman felt, and I called out to her. C, I waited, thinking that a man might appear next. I think we'll just go with A. Hey, Nami! Save me! Startled, I turned around. Nami was standing there in the middle of the shower, totally naked. Nami, I started breathing heavily. I knew she wasn't really Nami, but at that point, I felt like a fake Nami might be good enough for me. Come, Shorty. The woman tempted me. Oh, darn. My body was listening to her commands. My feet stepped forward. Oh. That's right, Shorty. Hurry. Shorty! Where are you? I could hear her just outside the door, and it snapped me back to my senses. That was the real Nami out there. Nami! I flew over to the door. Nami! Shorty! Open the door! I can't. It won't open. Nami was coming up slowly from behind me. Oh, Nami! Her white hands grabbed me and turned me around. Nami! I begged for her to save me. It feels so good. Help! And then, A, Nami, you're the one I want. I really wanted Nami to be the one doing this to me. B, achoo! I sneezed loudly, suddenly feeling cold. C, I don't need any woman right now. I just need help, I shouted, thinking I was about to lose to the woman behind me. We only want Nami. We worked hard for this. Suddenly, the door opened, and I flew out of the shower room. Nobody was there, so who had opened the door? The hot water was off, and there was nothing in the shower room but silence. It was like nothing had happened. I changed my clothes in a hurry and ran into the hallway. The mansion was quiet. A window was open somewhere, but Nami wasn't around. Did something happen to her? Worried, I was concerned that Nami had been taken away in the buff. B, I snuck around quietly, looking for Nami. C, I cried out Nami's name, sobbing. I went back to the entrance hall, but there was no sign of Nami. The cat meowed. The sound of a bell was moving around. Could Nami be carrying it? I followed the sound of the bell. The sound was close now. When I entered the dining room, there was Nami, holding the black cat. She was wearing that thin negligee and she was looking at something while she pet the cat. While I tried to see what she was looking at, I was just about to say something to her. On the floor of the dining room, another Nami had been pinned down by what else but the suit of armor. Nami! Surprised to hear me, the Nami that was holding the black cat vanished into thin air. I ran up behind the suit of armor, grabbed a chair that was nearby, and slammed it into the armor as hard as I could. The suit of armor clattered to the floor without any resistance. There was nobody inside of it. It was just an empty suit of armor. Shorty! Nami seemed concerned about neatening up her clothes. I gave a cheerful laugh for the time being. That suit of armor was empty. Was there an invisible man in there or something? Shorty, Nami said, her voice hoarse. She reached out for my hand, and I strongly gripped it back. And then, A, you're all good. All you need is a quiet place to get some rest, and a little something while we're at it. B, you're going to be fine. You're not hurt, are you? I said, as if I was some cheerful sort of doctor. See, don't worry about it. Let's just run. I had to start getting ready for next year's marathon anyway. And of course, we're going to pick A. The two of us ran, and when we made it to a safe place, Nami suddenly hugged me. Shorty, Nami. Nami puckered her lips and came closer to me. Oh, Shorty. I knew exactly what I had to do. The house is trying to stop us again. Shorty. It was a suit of armor. I thought I'd already taken care of it. It was slashing at me like a jealous former lover who'd lost his woman. The sword grazed my cheek and cut through my shirt. Nami, run! She didn't respond. I turned around, and she had already vanished. Somebody had placed something in my hand. It was a sword. All right, then. Darn. I charged at the suit of armor with the sword. The suit of armor gave me an opening for 1 split second. I slashed its stomach from side to side as hard as I could. The suit of armor fell clumsily on its back. I did it! With the momentum of my side, I straddled the suit of armor and raised up the sword, just about to deliver the finishing blow. For some reason, I hesitated. Something about it felt off. I sensed a gentleness to the armor that I hadn't felt from the other one. I figured I'd peel the armor off instead. The face that I saw under the helmet shocked me. Nami? My voice went into a falsetto without me even realizing it. Inside of the suit of armor was Nami, the girl who, until just a moment ago, was standing right beside me. What's going on here? Nami was unconscious in the suit of armor. I had almost killed the real Nami. I broke into a cold sweat. Okay, this story is getting a little too ridiculous to believe at this point. I rushed to peel off the suit of armor, and then I realized that Nami wasn't wearing anything underneath the armor. Whoa. On second thought, I was totally fine with the way the story was going. Still, I hurried to go and get our bag. Just leave her there naked? Nami had finally regained consciousness. Hurry up and put your clothes on, Nami. Nami, blushing, did as I said. I was wearing a suit of armor? We'll talk about that later. What happened to you, Nami? I can't remember anything. After I got out of the shower, my mind just went blank. Shuddering, I looked around, but maybe because of the wind blowing by, I couldn't sense the presence of anything at all, much less the other Nami. Let's get out of here, Nami. This place is going to kill us sooner or later. This whole world doesn't even make sense, and the boiler's about to explode. With that said, I carried Nami in my arms. B, I offered a prayer to the god of boilers. C, I did a backflip. We'll carry Nami in our arms. We tried to head out the back. We found a storage area near the back with 2 old baby beds that had been thrown out. There were marks on them showing each kid's height. One bed had Nami written on it and the other had Naomi. That's my name, Nami was worried. It's just a coincidence. Let's go. I was scared, so I almost shouted it when I said it. It's not a coincidence, she shouted like she was about to cry. I remember this baby bed. What? I shouted. Are you telling me you gave birth to twins here? No, listen to me. Nami and I were both getting a little hysterical. I used to play on this bed, and I compared my height with another girl who lived here. You remember playing on a baby bed? I remember comparing our heights here. Or maybe I did give birth to them. Whoa, Nami. Get a grip on yourself. I was so confused. You're going off script. Somebody screwed around with your memories. No, they didn't. I've really been here before. Close your heart to this mansion, Nami. Don't let its power fool you. I'll find out the truth for myself. Nami suddenly went pale as she said it. That's enough. This story's getting all mixed up. Who knows what'll happen if we don't stick to the plan? I want to know, though. What is this mansion trying to tell me? Why has this power taken me this far? Nami! No! I held Nami in my arms, forcing her to stay. A, you still can't defy the laws of gravity, dummy, I scolded her. B, Nami, I used this opportunity to steal a kiss from her. See, doesn't this feel better? I asked soothingly. Well, we'll kiss her because that just seems like where we're going with this. Nami calmed back down. I tried to brighten her spirits as we headed out onto the hallway. There was an unfamiliar woman floating there in the darkness. She vanished. Oh, scary. Suddenly, Nami grabbed my hand. Do you like me, Shorty? What gives? What's this about all of a sudden? Nami looked serious. Answer the question. I want to hear it now. Her whole body was trembling. I like you, Nami. Would you stay with me forever then? No matter what happens? Would you be willing to stay with me from here on out? It should be obvious, Nami. Don't even bother asking. First things first. We need to get out of here. I hugged Nami by her shivering shoulders. B, I dragged Nami outside. C, I rolled Nami outside. A, I hugged Nami by her shivering shoulders. I kind of wish we could pick the funnier options. I hugged Nami by her shivering shoulders. At that moment, the wall began to shine. And then a fiery soul flew out. Well, this one's different. The fiery soul had put a mark on Nami, and only Nami. Shorty! That fiery soul must have had a dirty mind. It snuggled up to her, rubbing her cheeks, slipping through her collar, into her shirt, and out through the sleeve, then under her skirt where it swerved around her hips. This is what I'd call a totally new development in the story. Help me, Shorty! The fiery soul got sucked into the wall. Are you okay, Nami? Shorty. Nami fell helplessly against my chest. Then I said, A, I like you. That last scene was a little naughty, sure, but I still love you. B, don't worry. Even if you die 3 times over, I'll still protect you. C, calm down, Nami. The telephone's about to ring. Pick A. I suddenly felt like something was calling for me. I turned around and looked into the darkness. I felt like the giant woman's eyes would swallow me up. The eyes vanished. Then I noticed that Nami had vanished too. Nami! You're gone again? Nami! The wind blew through the room, and I definitely felt someone's presence. I saw Nami there wearing a thin gown, even though I knew it wasn't really her. Well, I'm a guy. I have certain feelings that I'm not particularly proud of. This Nami lookalike came over to me. Her hands were white and delicate, and she placed them around my body. Oh, Nami, the things that happen when you're not around. She sighed, and I could feel her breath on me. I fell for the illusion. It was like I was holding the real Nami. Nami. Hey, that's right. Where is Nami? I opened my eyes. I pushed the girl away. The girl vanished, along with the wind. Nami! Nami! I ran around all over the place until I finally found Nami crouched down in a dark hallway. Nami. I sat down next to Nami. B, I crouched down by Nami, forming a line. C, I buried Nami up to her neck. None of these sound romantic, but I guess we'll say we sat down next to her. I remembered. Nami was trembling. I remember when I was a kid and I peeked through this keyhole. Through the keyhole, huh? You were some kind of voyeur? I was playing with another girl in the hallway. No, maybe it was a boy. A boy? We heard somebody, and it sounded like they were in pain in this room here. Nami pointed to the door. It was a girl's voice, I think, saying something like, help me, or they're going to kill me, or something like that. I was so shocked, and I took a look through the keyhole. Okay. Then what happened? And I saw a man and a woman on the bed, locked in an embrace. Okay. There was something dirty about this story, something scary. Nami looked at me, her face pale. I lived here, in this house. Nami started to sob. I was born here. I had a sister. Yeah, her name was Naomi. No, Nami, you just keep getting confused every single time. I tried to reason with her. You're being controlled, maybe through the latest virtual reality system or something. But those memories you have are clearly fake. They're not, Nami shouted back at me. I was born and raised here. I have a sister named Naomi. We lived here together with our mom. Get real, Nami. What about your mom and dad in Tokyo right now? Save. I shook Nami by the shoulders. You're an only child. You don't have a sister. Help me, Shorty. Help me. Nami was truly terrified. Stay with me. Hold me. Hold me as tight as you can and don't let go. So I held her just as tightly as she asked me to. B, I held her by the shoulder like an understanding father. C, I cried like a marathon athlete that just pulled a muscle. We're going to hold her tightly. Nami's body began to convulse. My head feels like it's going to split open. She held her head with both hands as her body twisted in pain. Hold me down. Nami, it's okay. I'll protect you. Nami was fighting against her false memories. It took some time. The tension faded slowly from Nami's shoulders. Are you okay, Nami? Nami looked up at me with tears in her eyes. So do you really like me, no matter what? Don't be stupid. Isn't it obvious? No matter who I was in the past and no matter what might happen in the future, will you still like me? I like you, Nami, I shouted at her. No matter what happened in the past or what might happen in the future, I'm head over heels in love with you, Nami. Shorty. Nami hugged me. So I proved my love for her with a hot and steamy kiss. B, I hugged Nami so hard I might end up cracking 2 or 3 of her bones. C, I gently caressed Nami's bones. Gotta kiss her. Shorty. Shorty. I never even imagined Nami acting like this. I could die a happy man now. No. Suddenly she pushed me away. Nami? Oh, I have bad blood within me. What are you talking about, Nami? I would never do a shameful thing like this. Nami started stepping away from me. You're wrong, Nami. We're in love. This is our love story. It's a good thing. Oh, I can't do this anymore. Nami ran away in tears. Nami, don't. Don't run off alone. I lost sight of Nami again. Give me a break. I'm sick of losing sight of her over and over again. Next time, A, I'm going to save Nami using the power of love. B, I'm going to put a marker on her. C, I'm going to ask her where she's planning to run to beforehand. Power of love. I came all the way up to the 2nd floor, but there was no sign of Nami. I could see a dim light coming from the 3rd door on the right. Just faintly, I could hear someone breathing heavily. I opened the door a small crack so I could peek into the room. I saw a man and a woman there. The woman had her back arched and she was beautiful. Nami? She was Nami. Nami! I stepped inside. The man turned back and looked at me. The man, who I'd never seen before, disappeared in a puff of some shady-looking smoke. Nami looked up at me with the flushed eyes of a cheater. Nami! I couldn't find any words to say to her. I realized that I was trembling. At that moment, I could hear a voice call to me from outside of the door. Shorty! Come here! Shorty! That was the real Nami's voice. Nami? Oh, what a relief. This girl here wasn't Nami. The real Nami was the one calling out for me. My reaction was, hey, thank goodness for that. I felt like I'd been saved as I flew out the door. P, don't tell me the same thing is happening in the next door over. I got all fired up and flew out of the room. C, ... I was still interested in the Nami on the bed there, but I flew out of the room anyway. I'll just say thank goodness. Nami was standing in the room on the opposite side, right in front of a bookshelf. What's the matter? Look. Oh, a diary, huh? Nami looked like all the blood had drained from her face as she handed it to me. There it was, a maternal diary, but there's just one this time. Nami's name was written on it, too. It's just like I thought. This is my mother's. I was born here, although I guess maybe the original time she showed us the second one afterwards. I laughed cheerfully. You keep saying the same thing. I'm getting a little tired of it at this point, but no, Nami, you're wrong. Look at the last name here. That's not your last name. Well, maybe this will convince you then. Nami showed me a picture that had been stuck in the diary. It was a picture of our wedding. Wait, what's going on here? Maybe the author got confused or something? I opened up the diary. The date of birth was the same as Nami, but the age was different. According to this, Nami, you're 34 years old? I only learned about it just now. From what I'm told, Naomi and I are twins. Who told you that? The author? No, not the author. The wall. The wall? The wall told me. It's speaking straight to my heart. Oh, what does that mean? Hey, you need to explain that to me. Nami ran off like she'd just gone crazy. I wanted to run off somewhere myself. Nami! But I ended up running after her. And then I thought, hey, to calm Nami down, I had no other choice but to put the power of love to the test. B, I know I should have put a marker on her. C, I forgot to ask her where she was going. Power of love. Nami! Don't come after me! The side of Nami's skirt had been ripped. Oh! I caught a glimpse of one of Nami's gorgeous legs since her skirt was ripped on the side, like a Chinese dress. I was taken aback and I started shouting, Nami! Who did that? Where's the guy who ripped your skirt? There he was, a naked man crawling on his belly. He had stretched out his arm as far as he could and was pulling on the edge of her skirt. The man turned around and grinned at me. Who in the hell are you? This guy wasn't supposed to be here, and I certainly wasn't letting him get away with this. He grinned at me one more time and then rolled onto the floor straight into the wall, where he vanished. The man was a middle-aged version of me. Oh, Shorty. The wall, having absorbed him, started to glow and then returned to normal. Nami. A, I pushed Nami down using the power of love. B, I started spreading ketchup around my mouth, and then I chased after Nami, hiding behind objects along the way. See, I changed into my swimsuit as I chased after Nami. Power of love again. Shorty. Nami. We hugged each other as we rolled on the floor. Hi. Nami sounded like she was going crazy. No, I can't stop myself. Nami screamed out in agony. I'm just like my mom. Is it in my blood? Help me. I'm going crazy. I couldn't joke around with her now. This was getting too serious. It was hard to even look at Nami. It seemed like she was going to completely lose her mind at this rate. For some reason, seeing her like this brought tears to my eyes. Hold me. Nami breathed heavily. Please. We need to do it. Right now. Nami. I kissed her. You make me so happy. Nami wrapped her arms around me as tightly as she could. Suddenly, an ice-cold wind came blowing in. The force of it was so strong that it ripped the two of us apart. I can't let you do this. Naomi was standing there, dressed in white. Naomi? The more I looked at her, the more she looked like Nami. You're my sister. You're Naomi, aren't you? Another woman appeared at Naomi's side. Who's that? She was a beautiful middle-aged lady. Mom? Nami shouted, as if she was being controlled. A fiery soul came out of the wall. As the light continued to shine on the lady, she started to look more and more wrinkled until she'd become a mummy. Ah! I covered Nami with my own body. When Nami screamed, Naomi and the mummy vanished. And then I said, hey, I love you, Nami. I trembled as I said it. B, who cares about that old lady? I can turn into an old man myself, you know. I chased after Nami, who had fled. C, yes, sir, I was the one who did it. Nami was sobbing as I said it. I don't know about that last one. We'll tell Nami we love her. Even there in my arms, Nami wouldn't stop trembling. The bad blood inside of me is calling out to me. Nami, there's no such thing. Just think about what I'm saying. Nami shook her head, crying. Oh, can I just ask you this? Oh, why did it have to turn out this way for me? I hugged her tightly. Keep looking for that answer. I'll be with you every step of the way. No, Shorty, Nami said. You're wrong. You're not what I want, Shorty. What I want right now is... What? The walls. The walls. The walls? I didn't even notice that my jaw had dropped. I had no idea what she was talking about. When you say the walls, you mean like the actual walls? I don't know why it is, but I feel this connection in my heart with the walls, this sense of devotion that keeps drawing me closer to them. To the walls? The walls? And then I could hear a faint sound, as if the walls were responding. I mean, I love you and all, Shorty. I love you so much I can't stand it, but still. I'll ask you again, Nami. Are you drawn to the walls? Nami looked at me, shivering. The house began to shake, like it was alive. I don't know. I don't know if it's walls in general or just this house. It might even just be the memories I have of the time I spent here. Nami, this house is messing with you. Don't lose to it. Hold on to what's in your heart. I put all of my strength in my arms as I hugged her. Just focus on me. I'm the guy you like, the guy you love. Tell it to yourself. I like you, Shorty. I love you, Shorty. Yeah, that's right. I like you, Shorty. I love you, Shorty. Nami. I hugged Nami close to me, and that's when I noticed. The sound came from the walls, which let off a faint light. It gradually took the form of a human. So my response was, A, I love you, Nami. I hugged her, shielding her face from having to see the wall. B, oh darn, fire! And the fire from the fireplace bumped into Nami. C, you bastard, I'll take you on. I started kicking the wall. D, neither seek nor shun the firefighter, I said as I chased after Nami, who had run into another room. I'll say, I love you, Nami. Double down on the love. Ah! Suddenly, the fire in the fireplace grew stronger. Ah, the fire! The light shining from the walls became one with the fire and jumped up. Ah! The fire turned into the shape of a person and flew around us. It strangely didn't feel hot at all. Stop! Nami screamed. The fire transformed again into something kind of like the shape of a rugby ball, but made of light. It slid under Nami's clothes. My body is... Light began to shine from underneath her clothes, making her nude figure shine through what she was wearing. Stop! Hey! Stop it! Nami's expression changed to one of pleasure. She arched her back, throwing her chest out. I was furiously jealous. Hey, you bastard! I jumped out at Nami and pushed her along with the being of light to the floor. B, get out, I said as I slapped at the being of light that had coiled itself around Nami. I don't know which of this is the right option. We'll save. Just as a precaution. Okay, we'll just push them both. You bastard, I jumped out at Nami and pushed them both. The momentum brought us all crashing to the floor. And my arms were both Nami and the light being, going wild. Nami's body was twisting with pleasure. I shouted, focus on me, Nami. As we rolled around, the being of light started licking Nami's body all over. Shorty, do something. Say you like me. Say you love me. I like you. I love you, Shorty. The being of light took the shape of a thick, large tongue. Then the tip of it licked obscenely at Nami's mouth, trying to push its way in. Stop it, Shorty. The only thing I could do was cover Nami's mouth. A, I pressed my lips over Nami's. B, I pushed both of my hands over Nami's mouth. We'll kiss her. I pressed my lips over Nami's. The wind blew. The place was quiet again, and the being of light was gone. I let go of Nami's lips. We looked at each other, saying nothing. I felt like it was all over now, but clearly, Nami didn't feel the same way. Her eyes were full of tears. Wait here, okay? There's something I need to be sure about. Just wait here until I'm finished, Shorty. Don't do it, Nami, I shouted, but she had already run away. I headed after her immediately. The wind blew. Nami was nowhere to be found. A, I thought about what Nami, the love of my life, was planning to do. B, I totally lost the will to do anything. Well, I think we're going to do love of my life. As I expected, I found Nami in the place we called the mummy's room. She had opened an old diary and was reading it. It was my mom's diary. The love story she wrote in it was a sad one. I took the diary from her. According to the diary, Nami's father and her sick brother died while she was still very young. Mom sent me to an orphanage and hired a maid to help her raise my sister, Naomi. Okay. My mom was young and beautiful, but Naomi grew to be even more beautiful, and when Naomi became an adult, she fell in love. Naomi had fallen in love with a young businessman. Mom liked this young man, so the three of them decided to live together. But the thing is, he was a bad person, a total playboy. Don Juan reincarnate. I heard this sort of story before. It happens all the time. Naomi was nothing more than a plaything to him. He used her, deceived her, and then he cast her aside. Like I said, happens all the time. Naomi was furious. She killed him and spread his blood all over the walls. What? Well, that doesn't happen all the time. I mean, what he did was wrong and all, but she shouldn't have killed him over it. She hated him that much, but after killing him, Naomi realized that she loved him even more now that he was gone. Ugh, how sad. But it gets worse because of Mom. Because of your mom? She'd seen Naomi commit her crime. She saw the man being killed, huh? And what's even sadder is Mom had fallen in love with that man too. I was at a loss for words. 3 days later, Naomi killed herself. She killed herself. And crippled by grief, Mom turned into a mummy. A mummy? The story was getting crazier and crazier. Even so, I asked a weird question. Does that mean that all of the people in this house have passed away? I wouldn't say all of them passed away. Sometimes hikers get lost and wind up stumbling into this mansion somehow. And whenever they do, their spirits begin to move again. Their spirits? When the visitor is a woman, the spirit of the businessman comes out and possesses the suit of armor. He possesses the armor? We're just doing a lot of repeating of what people are saying. And when the visitor is a woman, the spirit of Naomi becomes a fish monster. But we haven't really seen the fish monster, have we? Except like maybe once. I groaned. So that's why they came after us? That's right. It seems that even the spirits of my mom came up for you, Shorty. Even your mom? But I could spot a contradiction in the story. Nami, don't you find that strange? Which part? Naomi's spirit possessing the fish monster. I mean, we've seen Naomi and the fish monster together at the same time. Oh, that. I believe that must have been a spiritual bilocation. I don't remember seeing them together. How convenient. But there's an even stranger part. You became an adult at the age of 20, right? When did you turn 20, Nami? 3 days ago. You should know that. You just went to my birthday party, right? And you and Naomi were born on the same day. But the diary said that Naomi fell in love when she became an adult, which would mean Naomi fell in love only 3 days ago. Think about it, Nami. Could she have fallen in love, been used, cheated, and discarded by some businessman who she then killed, painted his blood on the walls, and then killed herself in the last 3 days? And then what? Your mom instantly mummified? You're right. It's weird. Nami tilted her head, just as confused as I was. See? That diary makes no sense. Somebody's trying to make a fool out of you. I said it with passion. Don't fall for this nonsense. Listen to me, Nami. Everything that happened in this mansion is some kind of setup. Wait. Nami was quick to come up with an explanation. It depends on what Mom meant by became an adult. I mean, there's the legal definition of age 20, but some people might say in a broader sense that a 17-year-old is an adult. I don't think anybody considers a 17-year-old an adult. It's not out of the question, right? Nami, I couldn't say anything back to her. But anyway, Nami continued, there's a picture of the guy here. You want to see him? Yeah. There was an old picture of the young businessman. Oh, I gasped, without thinking, is that our father? He looked like me. That's right. The man my sister killed looked like you. So what does this mean? My sister still loves this guy. She still regrets killing him, and then you came in here looking so much like him. You can't blame her for falling for you at first sight. So what, I became a rebound guy? As a woman, she chose you over him in the armor. And I figure Mom must have felt the same way. So rather than be with the guy who'd been killed and haunted the suit of armor, Naomi and her mom wanted to be with me. And the same could be said of us, Nami. I look just like the dead Don Juan, and you look just like Naomi, Nami. It would be stranger if they hadn't responded to us being here. Actually, they had already come back out. The suit of armor, the fish monster, and the beautiful spirit, they all became light. Oh, they're here, we shouted at the same time. The light of their spirits had remained hidden, but now they surrounded us as walls of light. 1, 2, 3 walls, and 3 fiery souls emerged, one from each wall. We were starting to drive our bodies crazy again. The way this was going, they were going to enslave the both of us. Don't let go of me, Nami. I kissed her. I wouldn't let go of Nami. The 3 fiery souls floated around the two of us. While the two of us kissed, their power seemed to drop, so I decided to try holding her even tighter. Their light began to weaken. Harder, Nami, I shouted to her in my heart, and I hugged her just as hard. I was right. The closer we became, the more their power over us diminished. We hugged each other fiercely and kissed each other passionately. The fiery souls had vanished. Nami, Shorty. As long as we stick together, we'll be okay. Listen to me, we've got to get out of here. Together, like this. Suddenly, the suit of armor appeared and picked Nami up, holding her under one of its arms. Nami! Shorty! Nami reached out to me with both hands, pleading with me to save her. A, I jumped up and grabbed both of Nami's hands. B, I flew off the floor, hitting the suit of armor with a jump kick. Grab her hands. I jumped up and grabbed both of Nami's hands. Don't let go, Nami! Shorty! With our hands locked tightly together, the suit of armor started to carry us both into the wall. Shorty! Nami's body was slowly getting swallowed up by the wall. Nami! A, I decided to go into the wall with Nami. B, I dug my feet down and pulled Nami back with both hands. Pull her out! Stop it! That hurts! Nami's scream made me release both of her hands. The suit of armor disappeared into the wall with Nami. The light beside me ran under my clothes. It felt like it was licking me all over. It may seem weird, but it felt incredible. Did we accidentally do the wrong thing? Don't, Shorty! Don't let it take hold of your heart! I could hear Nami screaming to me from inside of the wall. It snapped me back to my senses. Oh, you dummy, it's fine. I smelled a sweet fragrance. Naomi was cuddled up right next to me, wearing a thin, silky gown. Don't worry. That's just Naomi talking over there. She can get a little crazy sometimes. Huh? Aren't you Naomi? No way. I'm Nami. She said that, and then she gave me a gentle hug. That's when I knew she wasn't Nami. She was Naomi. There was no way she was Nami. You doubt me, don't you? Well, do you still doubt me after this? Naomi gave me the sweetest kiss. I felt like I was going to melt. Now you know, don't you? I'm Nami. That's what Naomi told me. And after the way she just kissed me, a part of me didn't even care. Let's go now. Naomi put her arm around my hips. Where? I asked, my voice breathy. The wind blew and my vision went completely white. A, when I came to, Naomi was gone and I was standing there holding hands with Nami. B, I was blown away by the wind and when I came to, Nami and I had both been knocked to the ground. C, I left her there and ran. We'll just pick the first one. When I came to, Naomi was gone and I was standing there holding hands with Nami. I hugged Nami and looked around. We were in the dining room. There were many eyes on us. The suit of armor, the fish monster, and the mummy looked like they were all keeping each other in check. Now's our chance. Run! I knocked over the table and hurled the pepper shakers I found everywhere as I ran. Achoo! 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 Not only did the fish monster sneeze, but so did the mummy and even the suit of armor. It was the first time I realized that it was even possible for them to sneeze at all. We ran. The hallway seemed much longer than I would have wanted. Hey, this hallway keeps stretching out further and further. It certainly did feel that way. Let's turn back and find another path. No way, this is just another one of their traps. If we go back now, we'll be playing right into their hands. But what if this hallway really is getting stretched out? Nami said. They could be using this to get us to wear ourselves out here and then catch us just as easily. Okay, I made up my mind. A, I'll do as you say, Nami. B, just shut up and follow me. I'll go with Nami. We headed back. It felt like this hallway was shrinking. Oh, Nami suddenly seemed to be unable to move. The light was floating right before her eyes. Judging by the light's breathing and smell, it was a man. Nami looked like she was going crazy. Stop, Nami. The light began to waver, come closer and expand until it covered Nami's whole body. Save me, Shorty. Nami, you can't give in. I tried to grab Nami's hand, but I got blasted backwards like I had touched a high-voltage electrical current. Just go, Shorty. I'll stay here. What are you saying, Nami? This guy will kill you otherwise. Leave while you can. I'll stay here. It's the only way. Oh, darn. The light had coiled around me. I felt like I was taking a beating from my head down to the floor. Shorty! I lunged for Nami one more time. Stop it, Shorty. You'll die if you don't stop. Reach out to me, Nami. Stop it. I dove forward and grabbed Nami with both hands. An intense blast of electricity pierced through my entire body. Ugh! Ah! Are they trying to give us the electrical chair here? Don't let go. Same goes for you, Shorty. I held on to her as tightly as I could. You might die, I said. What was on my mind? That's okay. We'll have died happy. I agreed. I'm ready to face death so long as you're here with me, Nami. I meant that too. I kissed Nami. Shorty. The color of the sparks changed. The mansion was suddenly silent. It was creepy. Nami and I concentrated, seeing if we could hear anything at all. Was it fire time? I hear him. Suddenly, hands of fire reached up from all four directions, and I could sense the presence of something on the move. Something's coming. Yeah. The suit of armor, the mummy, and the fish monster revealed themselves around us. The wind came blowing in, and with it, I could hear Naomi's voice. You can't escape anymore. The two of you must make up your minds. Will you stay together, or will you break up? Naomi was jealous of us. I shouted at her. I'm not breaking up with her. She laughed. Even if I do this, the fire grew more intense. You can put a stop to this now. If you don't, this mansion will burn to the ground in 5 minutes. I'm not going to do it, I screamed. Are you so sure that's a good idea? Despite all your protesting, Nami might really want to live. Those words hit me hard. Nami, I responded softly. If you want to live, Nami, then you can break up with me. No, Nami whispered as she clung to me. Hearing that gave me the strength to shout back. Then no, we refuse. We didn't let go of each other. Oh, ho, ho. That choice is yours to make. Naomi's voice vanished, along with the suit of armor and the fish monster. But the mummy, and at that moment, the flames grew even more intense. It just turned to one. It was a sea of flames in all four directions. There was nowhere to run. We survived the electric chair only to be burned alive. The heat was intense. I'm sorry, Nami said. Haha, look on the bright side. We'll get a free cremation. The flames got even bigger. Shorty, Mommy. And at that moment, we both flew up into the air. Whoa! We were both still holding each other. Shorty, don't let go. Someone's trying to save us. We were floating about 2 meters in the air, which is about 7 feet up, and we were heading to the exit. As we moved forward, the fire grew weaker. Oh, look over there. Mommy had spotted a wheelchair moving beneath us. It's Mom. She's helping us. The windows that were blanketed with flames were extinguished, and the large shutters were flung open. We were able to fly out the windows now. And that's exactly what we did. We flew through the night sky like Peter Pan and landed softly outside of the gate. I looked back and saw the mansion ablaze like a curtain of fire. Oh, Mom, Mommy shouted. As if to see us off, the mummy sat near the window and went up in flames in an instant. Mommy's mom had saved us, and now she was gone. We stood up, surrounded by those flowers, the hypericums. Look, Nami shouted. The hypericums changed into fireflies. Mom must have been the one who did that. The fireflies danced up into the sky together. Oh. We both looked up into the night sky at the same time. The fireflies above our heads had become the stars, shining there above us. That's the ending. We didn't even get to hook up. So that should be our final playthrough of Otogirisou. That path did have some really funny moments. I kind of wish we'd picked the funnier options, but it's pretty impressive for its time, even if sometimes our choices weren't acknowledged and getting the endings was difficult. It doesn't have a skip red feature or a skip feature. Without the emulator skip feature, it would be torture. But what did you think? What was your favorite ending out of all of them? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.